The situation in Gaza is nothing short of catastrophic. Recent Israeli airstrikes have left a trail of devastation, killing and injuring countless innocent civilians. The streets are filled with rubble, the air thick with smoke and the stench of death. Families huddle in fear, their lives shattered by the relentless bombardment. The recent attacks have targeted not only military installations, but also civilian infrastructure, including homes, schools, and hospitals. The world watches in horror as this humanitarian crisis unfolds, with innocent lives caught in the crossfire. The people of Gaza are facing an unprecedented level of suffering. The international community must act swiftly and decisively to end the violence and protect civilians. Every moment that passes brings more suffering and loss of life. We cannot stand idly by as this tragedy unfolds before our very eyes. The healthcare system in Gaza, already on the brink of collapse due to years of blockade and conflict, is now struggling to cope with the overwhelming number of casualties. Hospitals are overflowing with the injured, many with severe wounds requiring complex medical care. The bombing of Kamal Adwan Hospital, a vital medical facility in Gaza, is a horrifying testament to the indiscriminate nature of these attacks. The destruction of critical medical supplies and equipment has further crippled the healthcare system, leaving countless people without access to essential medical care. Medical workers are working around the clock, battling fatigue and dwindling supplies to save lives. They are the unsung heroes of this crisis, risking their own lives to alleviate the suffering of others. The world must wake up to the human cost of this conflict and provide immediate support to Gaza's beleaguered healthcare system. The recent escalation of violence in Gaza has been met with widespread international condemnation. Leaders from around the globe have expressed their outrage at the loss of innocent lives and called for an immediate ceasefire. The United Nations has called for an independent investigation into the attacks on civilian infrastructure, including hospitals. Human rights organizations have accused both sides of war crimes, urging them to respect international law and protect civilians. The international community must go beyond mere condemnation and take concrete action to end the bloodshed. The imposition of sanctions, arms embargoes, and the establishment of an international criminal court are essential steps towards accountability and justice. Section 4. Essential workers and journalists. Caught in the crossfire. The attacks in Gaza have not spared essential workers and journalists who are risking their lives to provide vital services and report the truth from the ground. Doctors, nurses, ambulance drivers, and other medical personnel are working tirelessly in incredibly difficult and dangerous conditions. Journalists, too, are being targeted, their voices silenced as they attempt to shed light on the unfolding humanitarian crisis. The bombing of media offices and the killing of journalists are blatant attacks on freedom of the press and an attempt to suppress the truth. The world must stand in solidarity with these courageous individuals and demand their protection. Without them, the suffering in Gaza would remain hidden from view, and the truth buried under the rubble. Section 5. The need for immediate humanitarian assistance. The people of Gaza are in dire need of humanitarian assistance. Food, water, medicine, and other essential supplies are running dangerously low. The international community must act swiftly to provide emergency aid to those who need it most. Humanitarian organizations are facing immense challenges in accessing Gaza due to the ongoing blockade and security risks. The international community must pressure all parties to the conflict to allow unimpeded access for humanitarian aid. The time for action is now. We cannot stand by as innocent lives are lost. The world must unite to end the violence, protect civilians, and provide the people of Gaza with the humanitarian assistance they so desperately need.